everyone. I'm Miss Gabi from the Hedberg Public Library, and today I am sharing with you a new segment that we will be having every Monday, at least for June. And we're going to be sharing some mindful moments together. This will be a kind of a continuation from the Adulting 101 session that I did for May, which focused on stress and mindfulness and stress relief. So we're going to continue that. This will be short segments, 5 to 10 minutes long, maybe depending on what we're doing or talking about. And they'll just be little tips or techniques or small guided practices to help you reflect, slow down, have a mindful moment right now with me or whenever you would like to use it throughout your week so that you can be ready to have a good week. Because even though things are changing and we're starting to go back to normal routines and our daily lives, we're still dealing with a lot of things, and this was a big moment of change. So these are going to be some small practices that you can do on your own time, with your friends, with me if you'd like, to help you have a mindful moment. So today, I want to start with some reflection. The last few days in particular have been really hard for a lot of people for a lot of reasons, and it might have brought up a lot of feelings and stress for you for many reasons and in many different forms. So today we're going to take some time to check in with ourselves and each other and see how we're feeling. First, we're going to start with some good cleansing breaths to get us ready to reflect and tune into ourselves. So feel free to join me. Feel free to close your eyes or gaze gently in your lap. You can be in a comfortable seated position. You can be at your work desk. You can be on your couch, anything that works for you. So we're just going to start by taking a good deep breath in and a slow breath out. You can do that again. Sometimes just taking a designated moment to really focus on our breathing and taking good deep breaths is enough to help us kind of reset, refocus, and begin again. But we're going to do a little bit more than that today. So we are going to talk about reflecting. I have some questions to help you guide your reflection if you want to give them a try. This can also just be a starting point for you to practice what reflection looks and feels like for you. So if you want to use these questions or other reflection practices, you can take your moment to think about your response and how you feel. Maybe you want to journal your responses and keep a running journal of those reflections. Maybe you want to say them out loud to yourself or to someone who's a good listening ear. Sometimes I like to do these reflective moments in the mirror, because for me, it kind of feels like I'm being heard. So it feels like I'm talking to someone else and I'm being heard on how I'm feeling. But then it also kind of feels like I'm being advised, on maybe what I can do with those thoughts and feelings at the same time. So if that technique works for you, go ahead, give it a try. Maybe you'll find it. And it's all about what really works best for you. These are just starting points and guiding questions. So when I ask you your reflective questions, you don't have to answer right away or even eloquently. It doesn't have to be this beautiful retrospective poem that's your response. It's really being as honest with yourself as possible and not holding back and not trying to censor it one way or another for your own sake or for your journal's sake. Oh, I might look back on it later and be embarrassed. That's what this process is for, is really getting it out and knowing what you're feeling. So my first question is, how are you feeling today? What emotions are you experiencing? There are no good or bad emotions. We can feel many of them at once. Maybe you woke up feeling one way today, and throughout the course of the day, we're midway through the afternoon, you're experiencing new things. So what emotions are you feeling today? What are the 1 or 2 thoughts that keep circling in your mind? Is something really, really stuck in your head today, but it feels like it's taking the same shape over and over again? That thought that keeps repeating itself might be trying to tell you something. Maybe you need to spend some time reflecting on that, really exploring it. Why is that thought staying with you today? And what does it mean? What do you need to do with it? What do you need today? That's a really good question. You need to check in with your mind and your body. What do you need today? Have you been taking care of yourself? Have you had a good, nutritious meal? Did you get a good night's sleep? Did you find a way to move your body so that it feels energy and that it's being taken care of too? Because all of these things are connected. The weather by me right now is really kind of, will it or won't it rain? It looks like it could at any moment, but the sun peeks out. So maybe you're feeling that the weather is playing a role on your body today. Do you need to move and stretch while it's sunny? Do you need to hunker down and feel safe and cozy in your home? So what do you need today? So think about your body, think about your mind. Do you need some quiet time to take care of your mind today? Do you need to maybe remove yourself a little from social media or maybe some difficult discussions? Do you need to take a mindful moment, which I hope you're doing with me? So what do you need today? My next question for you is, how can you show yourself and others love and support? Maybe supporting yourself right now is distancing yourself from conversations. Maybe loving yourself is taking a nice long bubble bath or eating your favorite snack. Maybe showing love to others is checking in on them. You can ask your friends and your family these same questions. Be gentle with your friends and family and your peer circle right now, especially, in these questions, which can be a hard time to process things when a lot of things are happening. So take time for yourself, lend yourself and support to your friends and family if you can. You are not a bad person if you need to take time for you, and that means giving a little less time to others right now. You have to show up for yourself always also. So when you take a good reflecting moment, remember to breathe deeply. Breathe through a question. I like to take 3 of those nice deep breaths that we practiced in the beginning before I even start to think about the question. I let it sit with me while I breathe. And then you can let those thoughts and those feelings come up through you. And maybe it comes, through your pen if you're journaling, or with your voice if you're talking through them out loud. There are no bad responses to your reflections, and your reflections can show you maybe some areas that you need to learn about yourself, or about resources that can help you process those. Maybe it will help you learn what you need to give your body and your mind, what really works for you. And maybe it will help you learn about what you're feeling and how to process some of those feelings. So we like to acknowledge those. Acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge your thoughts and your needs. When we bury them, that's when we feel extra stress or maybe some anxiety. And that can cause other difficulties in our lives, and we should take care of ourselves. So if you've practiced these reflective questions today, I hope they shed some light for you and bring you some peace and mindfulness. We will be tuning in next Monday, again at 2:00 right here on Facebook Live. And we'll take some more mindful moments together. Again, these are just guiding points on how you would like to start, maybe exploring mindfulness as part of your daily practice and your life. I hope these are a good place to start for you to really find out what works best for you, and to help you bring these in to your daily life, help you have a great week and a great life, because we care about one another and ourselves. We are building community and being strong mind, strong body, strong hearts. So thank you for joining me today. Feel free to reach out if you have more mindfulness questions. Otherwise, I will see you again on Monday. Be gentle with yourselves and your loved ones. Take care.